How you guys out there doing in social mediaville? So I am basically a night watch person, and I saw either a satellite or a UFO right now. I have a Droid phone. It wouldn't have been able to pick it up. Basically, what it looked like was a floating star moving very, very fast, going from northwest to southeast really, really fast, and you can tell that the star, the satellite, the object was a lot closer than the stars. It was like a lot closer to Earth than the stars. So, anyways, I'd like to. You could take my word on it or not. That's what I saw, but if you're into UFO stories, I have one. I have like two of them, maybe three. I know how this sounds because two of them are not my account. One I really saw was an orb, right? So, I kind of have a interesting position, I guess. So I'm in like my pajamas, but my security hat because the other guard who comes and relieves me is always really late, and I just want to get home and go to sleep. I have kind of an interesting job. I guard a specific product that is like prone to get shot up and stolen by cartels and stuff. It's all legal. It's all legit. I'm on private property that's pretty vast. Therefore, I get to have this baby. I don't know if you can make that out. That's shotgun shells. This is a 9mm Glock. So, anyways, I'm sort of an interesting, scrubby person. So, anyways, long story short, days or weeks after my mother passed away, I saw a blue orb floating from very, very slow. I've told this story millions of times, so I've pardon me if I sound nonchalant. I'll describe that out in detail in a second. And then I had this crazy girlfriend, right? And imagine you're sleeping for night shift and your woman busts in your house like hysterical and almost screaming, and you think that she got touched, she got nearly raped, she just escaped someone trying to rob her or defile her. And sleep was very precious to me, and I'm like, what's wrong? She's like, we saw a UFO, her and her friend. And I was like, what the flipping fuck, you know? That night was pretty interesting. I did later see some, this is around, this particular thing was around some crazy eclipse. And this must have been like, oh my goodness, 15 years ago. Today is almost November. It's like halfway through October 2023. This is a long time ago. This was in California. And ironically, we did see slow moving objects in the sky with no flickering lights. There were just white lights moving slow the rest of the night. That really happened. I mean, we saw UFOs. I was like, oh my goodness, are you serious? And, well, lost sleep, had to freaking listen to some stupid crap, and I give her the benefit of the doubt, you know. So what else happened? Oh, the same chick, right? She had some pretty decent, like, powerful camera, and she was taking pictures in the sky, and it really did look like a bunch of floating orbs if you really, really zoom in and really focus. So, I mean, religiously speaking, I really believe that was some kind of demonic force trying to convince her of crazy stuff. But anyways, if you care about hearing my orb account, I'm not even kidding. So I'm like 12 years old, and me and my stepbrothers are waiting for my biological father to pick us up after some exercise. We're like sitting on a curb or something. And this is in Riverside, California. And a floating blue dot was going like this slow, that slow, man. And I want to remember what kind of direction it was. It was floating, it would have been floating like southeast to northwest, I believe, yeah. And what else? So like when you would look at this object, you couldn't tell if it was like it was like the thing didn't change its trajectory. I didn't even know what an orb was back then. I called it for the longest time a molecule, and it was the same color as the sky, but you can tell that it was just crazy, man. It couldn't have been a balloon because it didn't change its trajectory at all, man. I mean, I don't remember any heavy wind at all. This was like in April or May. And wow, man. When you looked at it, you couldn't tell. Like, you try to focus your eyes on it, you couldn't tell if this thing was like, man, I want to say like 6 miles or more in the air far away, or if it was like 16 feet just floating above the head. It just was fascinating. I'm serious. Like you ever like look at something and try to focus in on it, and then like the background is blurry, and then you look at the background and like the object that's right in front of you is blurry. Imagine something like that, and you couldn't wrap your head around this. I couldn't wrap my head around this. My stepbrothers saw it. They're not going to account for it or probably remember, but they're like, oh. So anyways, couldn't tell if it was like miles away or just feet in the air. And it was going like this slow, the same color as the sky. I called it a molecule, you know. I was dating some chick, and unless she did some clever camera trick to freak me out, she wouldn't be really one to lie about dumb shit, you know. She's like, she had some crazy stories, but she showed me some footage that her family caught on a like, what's a closed circuit camera, or like their security camera. So she didn't make this shit up, which looked very real. There was like a floating orb on their porch, man, eerie, moving so slow and eerie, and it looked like it might have been the size of a basketball. And I want to say 2 months later, their son tried to kill himself, and he survived. Those things are scary, man. They're like bad omens or something. So anyway, I got customers coming, so everything's all good. How you guys doing? Good morning. So yeah, I guard stuff, you guys. So anyways, that's my story. I don't know if I bored you, but you guys have a good morning, or wherever you are, night, evening, afternoon.